Hello, greetings, all my dear global locals, wherever you are, but we're all here in the comfy Zoom room on December 3rd, 2024, Spoken World Online. It's week 245, and it's fair season. I got my fair hat on. And I'm going to read again today from the Roarshock page, and I put a link in the chat. Starts with several quotes. George Harrison, life flows on within you and without you. Plato, that man is wisest who, like Socrates, realizes that his wisdom is worthless. William S. Burroughs, other people are different from me, and I don't like them. Raj, Tom in the cage, and the cat in the cage, and the dog in the cage, and Tom in the cage. This piece is called In a Cave, in a Cage, and in part it's my review of Steven Spielberg's film AI, Artificial Intelligence, which I went to see when it first came out, in the company of Lee Dunlap. And it's about other stuff as well. It starts eating. If only Stanley Kubrick would rise from the dead and kick the living shit out of Steven Spielberg for sending Brian Aldiss to live in a cave underwater. All of New York is submerged, except for the Twin Towers. And that is the truth. That irony lives on for another 2,000 years. The recording leaves electromagnetic patterns and draws around the rage of word and of image. The resident of the cave, a prisoner as it were, is likely to want to make the ascent to the outer world. There's a wise guy born every minute, says Ashcroft bin Rumsfeld. So why did I try to blow up the planet? Because I do not find your brand of humor humorous. Then he left and walked out, empty and cold now, calm, dry mind. In the center of Emerald City stands a cave, the core of a planet where lead melts at noon. Tinkers and smiths work pounding out metal. The guards are red crustacean patriot men with mutated eyes. They are captured enemies. Few have escaped with the prisoners. Time to move, and we travel on, two compacted organisms. The guards and the prisoners sang, first naturally and then with the body of an airliner. And that airliner is the word and the conditions I assign to keep them. So I am alone as always. The virus attack is primarily directed ugliness swirling around you, waiting for a point to name some ugly, noxious, or disgusting act. What does virus do? Wherever it can dissolve what it eats, it makes exact copies that start eating and replaces the host with virus copies. Program images moving through your mind screen, always a cylinder gimmick in the adding machine. The soft calculating machine geared to find more idiocy, relooped propitiation, rue, phlegm, quietus, and any situation that causes rage and will magnetize rage or some disgusting sex practice. The stenographer will take fallen heads, destroyed in the ovens, and replace those who disobey with the control brains of iridescent metal, the shimmering hearts from the molten emotions of the white-hot sky, as prisoners and criminals are led down from the mountains into the disposals. Word is flesh, and word is two, and that is the human word. You have word, and word is flesh. When the blockade was broken, they live underwater. The technicians spilled, and who can blame technicians? And so forth. The machine can be redirected, record without playing, and cut in other words at random, clean the disk, and add new words in their place. You reprogrammed word patterns off the disk and substituted other words after working with the disk recorder. Some reported answers to the riddle include that the star was locked by gravity to a nearby star. Time is stopped so that David and Teddy can have their adventures. David, a real boy of your own to love. Even as Pinocchio seeks the blue fairy amidst the submerged ruins of Emerald City, a slum area of vending booths and smoldering slag metal forms a square littered with black bones and pink cartilage burning inside. Vanished Beatle musicians saw this anti-music out of the city. The plains are dotted with villages. Taliban crab people live unmolested in the hottest regions. They do not have what they call emotions oxygen. The elders who are heads in bottles breathe not in that soulless place. An intricate bureaucracy through telepathic misdirection and camouflage, as the recordings are picked up by control stations that monitor underground activities. Recorded patterns are magnetized by sex desire, and the counter move is very simple. The machine records minutes on the disk recorder. Now run the disk backward to where you have cut in and re-record words and other patterns. You can do the same with mind disks. After some experimentation, the old mind disks can be exploding stars and bombs in a strange symbiotic relationship. You have turned time back 10 minutes. The medium by which animal life can find a form of immortality openly pirated from the control brains that strive to detect all movement. The underground pod. Adventurers who intend to outthink the machine, make recordings ahead in time and leave while they are free for a few seconds to organize. I am the real David. I am the real David, says I. I am the author of all that I have foreseen. I'm Dave Wilson. I'm the real Dave Wilson. All you other Dave Wilsons are real Dave Wilsons. We're in a cage, says Teddy beneath the weight of the wheel. I am not one in space. I am one who tried to keep you all out of space. That is the end of special services, like creating useful mystics and saints. They walked on into an area of tattoo booths and encountered a group of Al-Qaeda scorpion men, faces dripping with poison. Their eyes flared, but they drew back at sight of the guard. 2,000 years ahead in smoldering metal and antibiotic handcuffs after bribing the natives with a promise of transportation. 2,000 years of flesh. It's the only way to live. And then it concludes with, I conclude with a couple more quotes here. Plato, I wonder if we could contrive some magnificent myth that would itself carry conviction to our whole community. And William S. Burroughs, I say we are here in human form to learn by human hieroglyphics of love and suffering. There is no intensity of love or feeling that does not involve the risk of crippling hurt. It is a duty to take this risk, to love and feel without defense or reserve. I speak only for myself. Your needs may be different. However, I am dubious of the wisdom of sidestepping sex. Merci beaucoup.